Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another match here on WWE 2K25. This one is the first match in our NXT and TNA showdown week. This is the NXT champion Ricky Saints up against the TNA champion Trick Williams. So this should be an interesting week. We've got a lot of debuts to come and a lot of people we haven't really used a lot of at all. Today alone will be all of the champions colliding. We're starting things off with the NXT champion versus the TNA champ. We've got the women's champions colliding. We've got the tag team champions colliding. We've got the WWE Speed champion versus the X Division champion. And the North American champion versus the TNA International champion. So a big day of action to come today. And first off, let's check Ricky Saints in the ranking system. He is... There he is. He's on -2 after 10 matches so far. He's -1 for the year after 2 matches. So not doing terrifically well. But this is an opportunity. He's got a few matches this week now. So it's a big opportunity for him to really elevate himself up. This is what you've got to do. As I always say, I give you the chances, you've got to take them. And today, though, he will be facing off against the current NXT champion. This is Trick Williams. He's doing pretty well for himself. He's +4 after 5 matches. However, he is -2 for 2 so far this year. So 2 matches this year, 2 losses is not great. But yeah, +4 overall after 5 matches is a pretty strong position to be in. And this is quite an even match in my opinion. I think both of them are more or less rated the same on this game. So this really could go either way. And it's a great opportunity. I think Trick Williams obviously seems to have quite a future planned in WWE. I'm not sure how old he is. Obviously, Ricky Starks as the NXT champion at his age is not exactly the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my entire life, I must admit. But Trick Williams is 31 years of age, so older than I expected, to be honest. I thought he might be a bit younger than that, but 31 years of age means he does need to get on the main roster and showcase his potential. Ricky Starks has just won the NXT Championship and he is 35. He'll be 36 in February. So both of these guys need to, if they're going to make a success themselves in WWE, get themselves on the main roster pretty damn soon, in my opinion. And Ricky Starks, of course, was at he's at AEW for quite some time, wasn't he? But he never really fit the mold. There's certain people you look at that you think, yes, you are that, and Ricky Starks is WWE. It was so obvious that he was much more designed at sports entertainment than he ever was at wrestling. And then you look at someone like Andrade, and it's so obvious that he is designed more for AEW than he is for WWE, because he's not that sort of actor on screen and this, that, and the other. He's a proper wrestler. He put on a fantastic match, but cutscenes, promos, that sort of stuff is not really his forte, whereas Ricky Starks is the complete opposite. He's not the most exciting in-ring competitor, but he puts himself over in other ways, so good luck to him, I suppose. As Ricky Starks taking some early control here on Trick Williams. Yeah, like I said, today is champions versus champions, so we're kicking things off with this one. Next up, we'll have JC Jane up against Kalani Jordan. That is the NXT Women's Champion versus the TNA Women's Champion. Then we'll have Dark State, the team of Dion Lennox and Osiris Griffin, making their debut in SWE, taking on the current TNA Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys. The WWE Speed Champion, El Grande Americano, will go one-on-one against Leon Slater, the current TNA X Division Champion. And to finish off the day, the current NXT North American Champion, Ethan Page, will take on Kazarian, the current TNA International Champion. And at the moment, we do have Ethan Page down to main event the pay-per-view this weekend. I know that sounds crazy, but Ethan Page is our current YouTube champion. And of course, as part of TNA NXT's Showdown pay-per-view in real life, Ethan Page will be defending that championship, his North American Championship that is, against Mustafa Ali. So we currently have planned Mustafa Ali versus Ethan Page in the main event of our pay-per-view for the YouTube Championship. However, if Kazarian was to defeat Ethan Page here this afternoon, I am happy to make that into a triple threat match. So we'll see what happens later on tonight. And then tomorrow we've got some other big matches. It's going to be interesting. As I say, there's a few people I've never used before, so this is a great opportunity for us to build up our roster, of course, and to get a look in at some of the newer people. I don't really watch NXT, and I feel really out of place at the moment because there's so many people that I'm looking through the roster. I'm like, who the hell is that? Maybe I need to catch up on NXT. I don't really fancy watching Raw and SmackDown, but NXT is something I always used to enjoy watching. So maybe it's something that I can try and get back into at some point. But yeah, you've got the likes of... Tomorrow we got Tavian Heights. I've seen a picture of them, never seen them wrestle. Got Hank and Tank on Wednesday. I've never seen them. The D'Angelo family, Tony D'Angelo, Channing Lorenzo and Luca Costafino. I've never seen any of those wrestle before. So lots of opportunities. That's just the next few days. There's even more coming as well. We've got, not seen much of Charlie Dempsey in the past. There's OTM, the team of Lucian Prince and Bronco Nima. No idea. There's a few people that I've never seen before, so this should be fun for us. As Trick Williams now with a pin on Ricky Saints, only a 2 count. Trick now with a boot in the guts of Ricky Saints. I thought he was going to go for an axe kick there, but no, runs in with the neck breaker. There is the pin for the 1, the 2. Ooh, only a 2 count. Trick now bringing Ricky Saints back up to the standing base off the ropes. Went for the knee strike, completely missed it. And of course, both of these guys actually will be part of Team NXT in the War Games this Sunday at the pay-per-view. So at the pay-per-view we will have 2 War Games. We'll have the women's and the men's. We are mimicking the teams that are in real life. But we will also have our own War Games on Saturday of Legends. We'll have TNA Legends versus NXT Legends. We've got AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle and Sting up against Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins. So that's going to be a really cool one. Trick's got quite a few matches this week actually. Just looking, he's starting things off with this one, as there's the pin by Ricky after the DDT. So, yeah, Trick has got this match. He is in a 5-way elimination match between 5 guys that have all been both the NXT and the TNA champions. That's Samoa Joe, Trick Williams, Bobby Roode, Nick Nemeth, and Drew McIntyre. As Ricky now going for the Rochambeau. He's hit it as well. This could be his opportunity. There's the pin for the 1. Oh, he's very slow going, the referee. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Trick will also face Joe Hendry one-on-one. And then, of course, he does have the War Games also. Trick is going to get quite a few matches under his belt here as Ricky hits him once again. High impact, but it's still not enough. Trick able to break free. Ricky has been busted open in this one, but he is dominating somewhat at the moment. Look at Ricky there, the chop, and then in with the backbreaker, taking down Trick. Ricky brings him back up to a standing base. Trick fighting back now with the elbows right into the gut. And a running big boot by Trick right in the face of Ricky Starks. And Ricky had dominated quite a chunk of this, but it seems to be changing of the guard now. Trick is definitely starting to take more and more control. Look at Tricks now with Starks up on the shoulder, in with the power slam. There's the pin for the 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count. It's getting closer though. Trick Williams now brings Ricky back up. There's the uppercut. And in with the DDT. So yeah, this weekend, when we come to the pay-per-view, we'll have 3 championships being defended. The YouTube Championship, the Women's Tag Team Championship, and the Women's Underground Championship as well. So big matches there. The Underground Champion, Maiko Satomura, will be defending against the winner of a match tomorrow. On Wednesday between Lola Vice and Killer Kelly. There is the neck breaker. There's the pin now for the 1, 2, and 3. And Trick has it with that neck breaker. Well done to Trick Williams. His first victory of the year, moves him up to a +5 after 6 matches. And Ricky Starks continues his descent downwards. He is now -2 for the year, -3 overall. So Ricky, I think he just has the match now at the pay-per-view. I don't think he's got any other opportunities to show what he can do. No, Ricky Saints now is going to have to depend on his match at the pay-per-view. One slight problem I've just noticed that I have done, though, is, like I just said, Killer Kelly will be faced off against Lola Vice for the chance to become the #1 contender for the Underground Championship. I didn't know this until I did a bit of a Google search, by the way. Lola Vice has an MMA record. hence why she's involved in this one. But I've also got the team of Zaruka, which is Zarya and Sol Ruka, taking on MK Ultra in the women's tag team #1 contendership match. So there's a chance that Killer Kelly could end up getting 2 title matches and having to play double duty at the pay-per-view, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We will cross that bridge when we come to it. So Trick Williams done really, really well here, and I don't know if we're going to keep track of this. I mean, we are doing... We could keep track of who wins each one. I don't know if it's going to be, like, as important as it was in the previous one. I'm going to write it down anyway. Because, I mean, Trick Williams has won this match, but he is an NXT wrestler, but is representing TNA because he's the champion. So, technically, it's not really going to work out as well, is it? But we'll mark it down. That's a TNA victory then. And a great victory then for Trick Williams. I mean, there's a couple of people I haven't booked yet, so potentially I could try and re-utilize Ricky Starks, or I might just use the people I haven't booked against other people that haven't really had an opportunity so far. There's Santana I haven't booked yet, I want to try and find a place for, and Mance Warner and Steph DeLanda potentially as a duo. Maybe that could be an intergender match alongside... Ethan Page and Chelsea Green have been teaming up recently, haven't they, as an intergender team? Maybe we could use that one. Right, anyway, I'm going to love you, leave you good night. God bless. I'll be the same. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very, very shortly for our next match, which will be the women's version of this. So JC Jane, the NXT Women's Champion, will be facing off against Kalani Jordan, the current TNA Women's Champion. Again, it's NXT versus NXT, but, you know, that's what WWE do, don't they? They don't help people out. They just take over.